Hello everyone and welcome to another video by Centipede Geek. Today I'm going to talk about my thoughts and opinions upon an ABC television series by the name of Mind Games. I'm going to talk about episode 4 titled Apophenia. So if you've been keeping up with Mind Games, you know that in the last episode, episode 3, we had a cult. Well, episode 4 obviously takes place right after that, and pretty much because of the effects, because of the events in episode 3, we now have a reporter. And this certain news reporter or journalist or whatever you want to call him, this news reporter is trying to shut down the company by the name of Edwards and Associates, the actors by the name of Steve Zahn and Christian Slater. They're trying to shut this company down, so that's pretty much what this episode is mainly about. They end up setting up this sort of, fake thing, where they go to a car dealership, to show him the good things that they are doing. And then there's also another little plot going on where this I don't want to say too much just in case you haven't seen the episode, but this little teenager is trying to change his father's opinion on a certain gun deal, because I believe his father's like a political leader of some kind, and he's trying to change his father's opinion and make him go back to the previous opinion that he once had back when he was doing his campaigns. That's the gist of episode 4 titled Apophenia for the ABC television series by the name of Mind Games. Once again, as with previous episodes, I loved this episode of the ABC television series by the name of Mind Games. The first 2 episodes were really good, but I have to say, I'm starting to like this series quite a bit. This series was definitely the most emotional and sentimental out of them. And just so you guys know, I will get spoiler heavy in just a few seconds. My favorite scene was actually between the father and son moment, where the father finally forgave his son. Finally, because the son because there was no lock, on the gun, accidentally shot his brother. It was a full-on accident. And the father, because of this reason, was never able to forgive his son. And I love that moment between father and son, where the father is finally able to forgive his son for for committing that crime, committing that sin. And overall, I really enjoyed that scene between them. It was a great scene. It was a sentimental scene. It was an emotional scene. It was a well-acted scene. I liked the character of the father. And it was just, so there's some really unique and interesting elements. I love the way the show works, this whole idea of manipulating, persuading people's minds without them knowing that they're actually doing so. When you think about it, is a really unique and interesting element. I really enjoyed that, the whole way they, put the whole band logo, using, the teenager's tattoo that he had on the back of his hand, and putting that around the city so that the whole, universe working for them. It was a really interesting concept that our character, played by the actor Steve Zahn, thought of. I forget exactly what he called it, but it was I believe it was 3 words, a certain tactic he used. So that was a really interesting thing that, that I really thought was just really cool. Once again, our 2 characters, the interactions between, Steve Zahn and Christian Slater are they're just undeniably great in every way, fashion, and form. I love those 2 characters. Every time they speak to each other, every time they talk to each other, just their facial movements, the way they deliver their lines, the portrayals of their characters in general are just spot on. I just love the way they, the way their characters are portrayed. They're written in great ways. It's when you get down to it, Mind Games is pretty much a dramatic series about the relationship between our 2 characters, and there's different cases in each episode, but there are also underlining plot elements that also sort of benefit the series in general. Mind Games, the ABC television series, episode 4 was a great episode, and I can't wait to see where the series is going to go in general. It's building greatly. Our 2 main characters feel very fleshed out, and I'm really curious to see, how Steve Zahn's character is going to react when he finally finds out the truth about his brother, because his brother, was supposed to change, was supposed to quit lying. And that, Steve Zahn, that's why he got involved, because he thought his brother could change. And when you think about it, his brother really hasn't changed. Christian Slater, really hasn't changed, because he keeps lying. That's why he went to jail previously, because of fraud. But he just has this sort of uncontrollable desire to lie and to, to be a fraud. And, it's going to be curious to see how his brother reacts to that. Is he going to freak out? It's going to be curious to see that happen. Overall, a great episode. Definitely my favorite so far. It's well acted, it's sentimental, it's everything you could want in a series so far. But that's my review of the ABC television series with the name of Mind Games for episode 4, titled Apophenia. Once again, thanks for watching another video by Centipede Geek. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe to that page below, and I'll see you guys later for more videos by Centipede Geek.